Loose fibrous connective tissue forms the stroma of most organs, surrounds blood vessels, forms the papillary layer of the dermis. This is how the preparation looks at low magnification. It's total or film preparation, that means not a cut, but a threaded tissue on a slide and stained with iron hematoxylin in black, gray, or it can be dark blue. Like any other tissue, loose connective tissue consists of cells and intercellular substance. The intercellular substance includes a ground substance and fibers. The ground substance is transparent and fills the entire space. There are two types of fibers in loose connective tissue: collagen and elastic. The collagens are tough, flexible, and they resist stretching. Inelastic, form waved unbranched bundles, and they are called white fibers. On the preparation they are thick, do not branch, and may be straight or slightly convoluted. Elastic fibers are thinner than collagenous fibers, and they are highly elastic, composed of branched tubular fibers of protein elastin. They are yellow in color. On the preparation they are thin, branching, can be straight or convoluted. Fibers are loosely arranged and go in different directions, which is why the tissue is called loose, irregular. But since there is no regular loose connective tissue, the word irregular is omitted. A wide variety of cells of loose connective tissue are divided into two groups. First group, resident or fixed cells. These include tissue-forming cells such as fibroblasts, fibrocytes, myofibroblasts, cells following the blood vessels, pericytes and adventitial cells, cells with special properties, adipocytes, melanocytes, and blood cells and their derivatives, plasma cells, macrophages, and tissue basophils. These cells are always present in loose connective tissue. Their main roles is to secrete, maintain, recycle, repair, and protect the extracellular matrix and surrounding tissue structures. Second group of the cells, transient or wandering cells. These are leukocytes, white blood cells. Cells are those that can migrate to the connective tissue in response to specific stimuli such as tissue injury and inflammation. In the preparation, we will determine only fibroblasts, fibrocytes, macrophages, adventitial cells, pericytes, adipocytes. Fibroblasts are elongated with processes and oval nuclei. Their cytoplasm is faintly colored. The boundaries are not indistinct, so we can clearly see only large oval nuclei on the preparation. These cells are the most numerous in the loose connective tissue. Next, fibrocytes are narrow, long cells with a small number of appendages. The nuclei are dense, rod-shaped, so they look like thin, elongated, and dark sticks on the preparation. Macrophages are irregularly shaped cells with a rounded hypochromic, that means dark, nuclei, clear uneven boundaries, and a large number of vacuoles and granules in the cytoplasm. Adventitial cells are an integral part of the external membrane of blood vessels. They are elongated, spindle-shaped, and fit snugly to the vessels, but there is a space between the cells and the vessel. Pericytes are located in the wall of blood vessel and have processes that encircle the vessel, so there is no space between the cell and the vessel wall. They are located singly and look like buds on a tree branch. Adipocytes, or fat cells, are large, rounded, the nucleus with organelles are displaced to the periphery, and there is a large drop of fat in the center that dissolves and is washed out during making of the preparation. So briefly, on this preparation it is necessary to determine the intercellular matrix, which includes ground substance, fibers, collagenous, and elastic. The cellular composition determined on the preparation: fibroblasts, fibrocytes, macrophages, adventitial cells, pericytes, adipocytes.